I'm 92 years old. I don't need sleeping pills. I'm not forgetful. Every morning I wake up with a clear mind and a peaceful heart. It's not because I'm lucky. It's because I spend exactly 3 minutes, just 3 minutes, doing this one thing for my mind every morning. In this video, I'll share with you a small habit, just 3 minutes each morning, that helped me sleep better, worry less, and remember more clearly. It's not meditation. It's not religious. It's simply a way to pause the noise outside and listen to what's happening inside. I know it might sound too small to matter, just 3 minutes. What could that change? But if you've ever woken up with your mind racing, your heart pounding, anxiety with no name, then you'll understand me. I used to feel that way too, until I sat down and gently, patiently quieted my mind. I'll tell you exactly what I did in those 3 minutes, how it changed my body and mind, and why I believe it's the best thing I've done for myself in the past 30 years. I used to live in worry and thought it was normal. When I was 60 or 65, every morning felt like a race. Before I even opened my eyes, my mind had already started running. What do I need to do today? Which bills haven't been paid? Who's going to call? I thought that was normal, because everyone worries, right? But I didn't realize my body was being dragged along, little by little, every single day. I began to feel my heart racing before I even got out of bed. I breathed shallowly, slept poorly, and often forgot little things, like where I left my glasses or whether I'd taken my pills. Some nights I would wake up at 3 a.m., heart pounding, thinking I had a heart problem. But when I went to the doctor, he said, "Your heart is healthy, but your mind is under stress, and you don't realize it." That shook me. I had never considered that just thinking too much could truly throw the body out of balance. I still remember what the doctor said. "You don't need medication right now. You need to give your mind some space." A real example? Me, 5 years living in a state of being mentally busy, even when I wasn't doing much. I thought I was getting weak because of age, but it turns out I was tired because my mind had never been allowed to rest. The lesson I learned: our bodies can hear every thought, even the ones we don't say out loud. If you don't care for your mind, your health will eventually speak up. So what helped me create that space each morning? A simple habit, only 3 minutes long. I call it Mind as the Guide. Let me show you what I did, what I do in the first 3 minutes, and why it works every morning as soon as I wake up but before I get out of bed. I sit up slowly, place my feet on the floor, rest my hands gently on my knees. I don't pick up my phone. I don't turn on the radio. I don't think about what I need to do. I just sit and begin. My 3-minute Mind as the Guide routine includes: 1. Inhale for 4 seconds while thinking about the feeling I want for the day. Peace, strength, gratitude. 2nd, hold for 1 second to let that feeling imprint in my mind. 3. Exhale for 6 seconds while imagining I'm releasing all stress and nameless anxiety. I repeat this for 3 minutes. Nothing fancy, no pressure, just inviting the mind to return to the present. Why does this work? Because when you breathe slowly and consciously, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which slows the heart rate, lowers blood pressure, and triggers the brain to release relaxing hormones. Researchers at Harvard have shown that just 3 to 5 minutes of mental rehearsal each morning can improve memory, boost focus, and reduce stress hormone, cortisol. A real example? My friend Helen, she's 87. She used to wake up anxious and forgetful. I showed her this 3-minute routine. At first, she laughed. "This little thing won't make a difference." But after a week, she said, "I feel clearer. I fall back asleep easier if I wake up at night. And most importantly, I'm no longer lost in anxious thoughts." The lesson I learned: we don't need a lot of time to shift the mind. We just need to give it time, even a little, to say to ourselves, "Today I choose to live in peace." But not everyone finds this easy at first. So in the next part, I'll tell you how I've maintained this habit for 30 years. When I first started, I doubted myself too. Just 3 minutes. Could it really help? Then some mornings I woke up late, had a headache, felt sleepy. Many times I almost gave up. But then I reminded myself, No one can take care of my mind unless I do it myself. I kept going with some simple tricks. I wrote a small note and placed it on the table next to my bed. 3 minutes for the mind. I set a gentle alarm, not to pressure myself, but as a soft reminder. And I treated it like brushing my teeth. No overthinking, just do it. Most importantly, I didn't demand results. I didn't expect to feel peaceful immediately. I didn't insist that my memory improve right away. I just did it, consistently, like watering a seed. Real example? Me again. There were days I sat for 3 minutes and my mind was still chaotic, but I didn't quit. I simply told myself, that's okay. Today I'm just sitting, and that's enough. The lesson I learned: no habit is more powerful than the one you do every day. Even if it's small, the mind is like a muscle. It needs training each morning. And if you're wondering, can this really make a difference? Let me share what changed in me after 1 week, 1 month, and 30 years. What's truly changed in me after 30 years? When you do something small each day, at first nothing seems different. But like watering a plant, over time you'll notice the leaves are greener, the stems stronger, the roots deeper. For me, the change didn't come suddenly. It came quietly, but surely. I no longer feel overwhelmed the moment I wake up. I fall asleep more easily, even for a quick nap. I remember what I need to do without sticking notes all over the house. I rarely lose my temper, and if I do, I notice it quickly. One very strange thing: I feel like I'm living inside my body again, not being swept away like before, like I'm in the driver's seat instead of a passenger on life's bus. A real example? Louise, a friend from my meditation class. She used to suffer from insomnia because of overthinking. She told me, I tried all kinds of pills, but every morning I still felt crushed by anxiety. I shared the 3-minute habit with her. 6 months later, she wrote me a letter. Now I'm no longer afraid of tomorrow morning. I know I'll begin it calmly. The lesson I learned: health isn't just about food or exercise. Health begins with a mind that knows how to rest. And sometimes just 3 minutes is enough to take back control of your day. So if you want to try it, where should you start? And what should you keep in mind? Join me in the next part: how you can try and what helps you stay with it. I know starting a new habit, even if it's just 3 minutes, isn't always easy. You might think, I'm not used to sitting still, or I don't know what to think about for 3 minutes. I used to feel the same. On the first day, I could only sit still for 30 seconds before my mind wandered. But then I found a way that's helped me keep this habit for 30 years. Start simple. You don't need to meditate. You don't need to visualize anything grand. Just do this. Sit still. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And gently ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? Maybe you want to feel peaceful, or strong, or patient. Just one word, and let it guide you. When's the best time to do it? Right after you wake up, before checking your phone, reading the news, or speaking to anyone. When your mind is still soft like damp soil, that's the best time to plant good seeds. How do you keep going? I placed a small note by my bed. 3 minutes for the mind. Every morning when I see it, I remember how tired I used to feel without this habit, and I choose not to return to that version of myself. A small example? Mrs. Claris, 81 years old. She once told me, I'm not good at meditation. My mind won't stop thinking. I said, you don't need to stop thinking. You just need to choose what to think. A month later, she said, now every morning I sit with my tea, close my eyes, and think of the word peaceful. That's all I need, and the whole day feels calmer. The lesson I learned: we can't control the world, but we can choose how to start our morning. And sometimes those 3 minutes are enough to steer the whole day in the right direction. In the final part, I have a gentle invitation for you. If you're ready, try it. Just 3 minutes each morning and see what happens. Try 3 minutes each morning. I'm 92 years old. I'm not as fast as I used to be, but every morning I still sit for 3 minutes. Not because I'm disciplined, not because I'm positive, but because I used to be anxious, and I never want to live that way again. I won't promise that this will cure your illness. I won't say that these 3 minutes will change your entire life, but I believe it can change how you live each day. Where can you begin? It's very simple. Tomorrow morning, when you first open your eyes, don't rush out of bed. Sit up slowly, close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? And let that answer guide you through your day. A small example? My friend George, 85 years old, suffered from chronic insomnia. I suggested he try this 3-minute practice each morning. A week later, he said, "I'm still not sleeping perfectly, but I feel calmer. I no longer start the day irritated." The lesson I learned: you don't need to change your whole life. Just change the way you start it. And if you love yourself enough, you'll want your mornings to be a little gentler. A gentle call to action. If you found this video helpful, share it with a loved one, an elderly friend, or your life partner. And if you try this 3-minute habit each morning, leave a comment. I've started. I'll read every message, like each calm breath you've gifted to yourself. We can't stop aging, but we can choose how we welcome it, in anxiety or in peace. I choose peace, and I invite you to choose it with me in just 3 minutes each morning.